If you watched this episode on a computer, you probably clicked on the red button of this video. So you literally have the invention I'm going to talk about today in your hands. Douglas Carl Engelbart is born in 1925 in Portland, USA. He graduates from Franklin High School and he has to stop his higher studies because of the World War II. For 2 years, he works as a radar technician in the Philippines, facing a blinking screen every day. One day, in a hut, Douglas reads, as we may think, an article by Vannevar Bush, and this paper is about to change his life. But not right now. Let's get to the end of the war. Douglas goes back to school at the Oregon State College and gets a bachelor's degree in electrical engineering in 1948. Then he does a PhD in Berkeley in 1955. As a student in Berkeley, he works on the CALDIC, the California Digital Computer Project. With this academic background, Douglas starts his professional life as an acting assistant professor. But this job doesn't suit him, because he realized that his goal in life is to make the world a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. Douglas joins the Stanford Research Institute in 1957. He works on magnetic components and on miniaturization. His first patents allow him to get money to study a subject that will keep his mind occupied for the rest of his life: how to augment human intelligence. Engelbart is convinced that mankind needs new tools to solve the more and more complex problems of its time. Douglas also thinks that computers, which were only seen as efficient calculating machines until now, can be a good technical solution. Engelbart believes that the collaborative work and the fast sharing of information and knowledge must be expanded. At the CRI, his team works on several subjects like the hypertext, the graphical interface, and a screen pointing device. Several trials are undertaken, including a headset, a knee-operated device, and a foot pedal, a joystick, and a light pen. Eventually, in 1967, the team creates a wooden box with 3 buttons and 2 rolling wheels, called the XY position indicator for a display system. Douglas Engelbart is the father of the computer mouse. The first prototype, driven by the right hand, is coupled with a 5-keys box used by the left hand. Engelbart recognized that nobody knows who called it a mouse in the first place, considering the great L's that links the device and the computer. To Douglas' surprise, the nickname stuck to his invention. The computer mouse is shown to the public in 1968 during a 90-minute conference, which is later on called the mother of all demos. In 1970, the SRI sells the license of the computer mouse for $40,000. Engelbart never gets any money from this invention. The SRI team starts to work on a computer network in 1969 and initiates the ARPANET, the ancestor of our Internet. Since 1976, Douglas believes that the future is in collaborative work, unlike the rest of his team, who wants to develop personal computer. In 1986, Engelbart leaves the SRI for divergence of opinion. One of his colleagues said about him that it's difficult to be understood when you are 20 years ahead of your time. In 1988, Douglas and his daughter established the Doug Engelbart Institute, a place dedicated to the bootstrap, a collective strategy of thinking. Engelbart will run this institute for 20 years. In December 2000, the President Bill Clinton gives him the National Medal of Technology, the highest technology award. During his whole life, Douglas enjoyed hiking, camping, folk dancing, beekeeping, and raising ducks and worms. He also wrote several science fiction stories for the children. The computer mouse changed a lot since its creation in 1967. The trackball, launched in 1979, which tends to get all the dust from the desk, is gradually replaced by the optical mouse. The mouse loses its tail for the first time in 1984 thanks to the infrared and then the Bluetooth. Today, this changing device is increasingly rare because of the touch interface. Because the technology keeps moving, with the media, the languages, the customs, the knowledge, and the skills. And computers are one of the many tools that can help men to deal with a lot of issues. Engelbart thought that the rate of human performance is exponential, an observation known as the Engelbart's law.